Hey with an A, YouTube, and welcome back to Star Wars Battlefront 2. This is Starfighter Assault once more. We're playing as the Imperials this time. We spend quite a bit of time here at, well, 40 seconds here in the screen, equipping my new cards. I played this like right after I did that last video, or captured that footage, because this is post-audio. So yeah, as you saw there, like, it flashed by pretty quick. Tuned lasers is just straight up like a damage buff. The one that I have right now is 2% damage, but like, you can get that up to 10% primary weapon damage, which means the lasers. I believe that's a fighter only card, but there are similar cards for the other types of ships, which is not great. So the Imperials, there's in Star Wars there's kind of a clear paradigm where the Imperials, like the TIE fighter, is like, they send them out in like huge waves and they can't take like any hits at all. They just like explode the instant an X-Wing looks at them, but there's just so many of them. So like, the Empire, they win on quantity over quality. That does not exist in this game. In this game, all of the ships are pretty much balanced within their class. So the TIE Fighter is basically an X-Wing with like mildly different abilities. Like, I'm pretty sure instead of a self-heal, it has a speed boost, but it has like the same health and shields. I am like almost 100% certain. So yeah, like, that might be disappointing for some people, but like, it would have been a nightmare to try to balance that based on the tickets or something like that. Oh, like, TIE fighters cost half as much like tickets if they're killed. Like, that would have been crazy. So instead they're just like functionally identical, but that's fine. Like, I don't know, I like the aesthetic of the TIE fighters. I like how uniform they all look while still having like their own character. The chunky like TIE bomber especially looks really cool to me. One thing that I didn't talk about last time, the primary weapons, the lasers, if you shoot them too much, they have a cooldown. Different ships have different cooldowns. So like, the TIE Interceptor, for example, has like one, oh, I used the damage like buff by mistake. The TIE Interceptor has maybe the most like weirdly like punishing cooldown mechanic. Like, it cools down so fast. I mean, like, it goes into cooldown so fast. Like, you can shoot really quick, but you run out of juice really quick. So I feel like it takes a little more skill to pilot a TIE Interceptor effectively than it does like some of the other ships. Like, look at that. That cooldown, that like overheated so quickly. I'm pretty sure there's a card that takes care of that, but anyway, I'm kind of like struggling a little with the... Oh, huh. You crashed. I'm struggling a little bit there with the overheating on these lasers. I'm just like not used to it, but I wanted to show off all of the ships again. So there I am in the Interceptor, just kind of doing my best. Like, you can do well in the TIE Interceptor. Like, I see people routinely like just owning in it, but you really have to mind that like laser like cooldown. So the Imperials have, like, of course they have the opposite set of like objectives as the Rebels. They have to protect the shield generators, they have to protect their cruisers. The Rebels, if they are successful in destroying the cruisers, they can summon their own cruisers, the blockade runners. If you kill them, I am pretty sure it takes some tickets away from the Rebel side, as well as gives you points. So the Rebels kind of want to protect those blockade runners in addition to attacking your objectives. So that gives you something so the Empire isn't always on the defensive. And there I go, crashing like a fool. So yeah, that was the TIE Interceptor. It takes a lot of getting used to. And here's the TIE Bomber. It's kind of like the Y-Wing. It's slow. It has more or less the same laser. It has like a single beam laser. It has bombs. Oh, I find the target of opportunity there.
All rebel blockade runners are destroyed. That should slow them down significantly.
So yeah, I didn't use the bomber that much for what it's meant to be used for because there just weren't many. As the Imperials, you have to protect a lot of objectives, so you don't have as many objectives that you can like bomb. And so the TIE Bomber, like, it's good for taking out the blockade runners, and it's like if you're a good dogfighter, you can make use of it having a pretty thick hide. But I don't know. I didn't do great in it as the Imperials. I think for the Imperials in this map, sort of your safest bet is to just stick with the TIE Fighter. Until you're like good enough to like make use of the TIE Interceptor. I think the Interceptor is probably like a secret killer. Like, I see people doing really well in it. I just haven't like unlocked that mastery for myself, you know? So like, yeah, this mode is just really fun. I had a blast playing as the Imperials and as the Rebels. I think the map is like the Imperials mostly do a ton of dogfighting, which is why I would prefer the TIE Fighter or the TIE Interceptor to the Bomber. Oh, I clipped the ground there and got messed up. Though maybe I just like took the hit so that I could get back in a TIE Fighter. I don't remember my own motives for this after the fact. So like, I don't know. Like, here's some things that I would sort of like want from the full game on this. I really hope that it gets as much support as ground combat does. Like, I don't want to see like 13 ground maps and then like 3 Starfighter maps. Like, I want to see as many Starfighter maps as there are ground maps, because I think this is the best mode in the game. Like, I think the ground combat just doesn't hold a candle to how much fun Starfighter Assault is. So I would like to see a lot of Starfighter Assault maps. Or if they're not gonna launch with that many of these, then please like add a lot of them as DLC. And like, I wanna see, like, they have a Clone Wars era ground map, like Theed. I wanna see Clone Wars era Starfighter Assault. Like, I wanna see stuff like, oh, like the battle over Coruscant in this mode. Just like having to fight your way through the blockade of Coruscant by the Confederacy, or protect the blockade as if you're like a droid, and like having to fight your way to General Grievous's ship and stuff like that. I would like to see more battle point like stuff that you can do in Starfighter Assault. Like, I wish I could spawn into like a Star Destroyer's turret and just like shoot at rebels from there, or like spawn into the blockade runners like turrets and shoot at some Imperials while the blockade runner is around. I think that stuff would be really cool. Yeah, there's already like Clone Wars era Starfighters in the game. Like, you can see them in the Theed map. Like, you can spawn into a droid like Starfighter, or into like Y-Wings and like Naboo Starfighters and stuff like that. So like, if you can do that, then you should be able they should be able to make Galactic Starfighter maps. I'm pretty sure they must have thought of this already and are doing that. So that's one thing that I would like to see. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of need to reiterate, like, despite all the card bullshit, this mode is really, really fun. And even just playing this one map over and over and over, I just had like so many good matches. Where just the normal, just like the ordinary flow of combat feels so good. And I love stuff like doing barrel rolls. I don't really do any. Sorry guys. Like doing barrel rolls, doing somersaults. Just maneuvering can get you like such a long way, and you have so much freedom of movement. Like you can go upside down and like start spinning around and doing that to like throw off missiles and throw off pursuit from enemies shooting at you with their lasers. And just everything about this mode feels so good. And I'm hungry for more. I want to see more. And my biggest hope is that if this mode does really well, they will like see that and not have it play second banana to like a boring generic like ground combat FPS, and instead like, oh, that was goofy of me. But yeah, make this its own thing. Anyway, I'm gonna play an Imperial hero. The Imperial heroes, I don't like them. It's Maul in the Scimitar or Boba Fett in Slave 1. Both of them are huge. They're super obvious. So like, anybody who sees this thing coming at them, like everybody's just gonna shoot at you. Everybody can see you coming. You're not particularly fast. Like, you have a ton of damage because your laser has a huge rate of fire. But you are such a big target. Like, I'm sure like huge pros probably like can survive this mess. But like, I don't know. The instant I saw one of the Imperial heroes as a rebel, I just like shot straight for them. Because like, they're huge. You can see them coming from far away and everybody can just shoot at them. I'm thinking that low-key the best hero is Poe's X-Wing, because I can't fucking tell if it's around. Like, I can't tell if an X-Wing is Poe's X-Wing if looking at it from across the map. I like how that Mon Calamari cruiser like shows up to kind of like try to deal the death blow to the Star Destroyer near the end of the game. See, those are really cool touches. Those are the kind of things that make these maps feel so like dynamic and so interesting to me. The music is good. Obviously, it's Star Wars. The voice work is superb. Like, I love the barks for each faction in the middle of the battle. Anyway, we successfully defended the Star Destroyer, and so our reinforcements came and destroyed all the rebels, and that's like the Imperial win condition. So that was Starfighter Assault, and like, see, low-key, Poe's X-Wing, really good. TIE Interceptor, really good, actually, if you're good. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these videos. I hope they've maybe been instructive for you in whether or not you want to play Star Wars Battlefront 2. I hope you check out the rest of the videos on the channel. I think the era of this channel doing a bunch of betas in a row is kind of over. But anyway, thanks so much, you guys, for your support. Like the videos, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye!